Oh, and welcome to
the Debfishin vlog.
Today I'm here with some of my favorite people, definitely my favorite fishing partner, or my two favorite fishing partners right here. But first of all, I would like to always introduce Miss Debfishin. Love you very much. Glad to have you back on the water. It's been a minute, right? Right. Been doing a little remodeling in the house, and she's been taking care of a lot of that. And then I have my little sister, Miss Sis. And where are we at today, Linda?
We're at the Scott County Park in Georgetown, Kentucky.
And the way I understand it, they stock this lake, right? This is my brother-in-law, Brandon. Do you know what all they stock in here?
Trout and catfish.
Man, it'd be nice if we could hook into a trout or two today. And then we have one of my favorite nieces, which, if you know me very well, all my nieces and nephews are my favorite. But this is Miss Emily. Hi. And then last but not least is Mr. Nathan. And what type of fishing are we doing today, Nathan?
Live bait.
Live bait, bobbers or not bobbers, depending on whether we get any bites or not. Did you see what kind of worms we got?
Green earthworms.
Green earthworms. I used to fish with the green night crawlers quite a bit back in Gary. They sold them at West Force, and me and Lonnie, Christopher, Jesse, we would all, we always kind of dug the green Canadian night crawlers, and I don't think the price was that much different. They might have been 20 cents more, something along that line. And I'd seen online where they had the green earthworm, the green worm kits or whatever, but I'm getting lots of pats back here, so I'm assuming that Miss Debbie is sick of standing here listening to me talk, because I don't think anybody hears me talk more than Debbie. Does that sound right? All right, thanks for watching. There we go. Get the skunk out of the boat. Come on over here. You need another one? Pretty small. So I call Nathan one of my favorite fishing partners, and he really is. He also was with me on what I would say is my favorite fishing trip ever. You remember that, Nathan? We used to fish every day like that. I live so close to the Ohio River. Just catch that fish while I'm talking. It'll be all right. You know your papaw, he could talk and fish and talk and do anything. And I think I got that from him. Pretty good. Anyway, so what we done is we go down to the bluff there in Rockport. Oh, you got one. You not on there?
No, pull now.
Reel up your slack there, my man. Yeah, that's a little better. You get them? We're hung up. Hey, Debbie got one. Oh, Debbie got a nice one. You need help, Debbie? That's right. Wear them out. So how old were you then, Nathan?
So
Like six. And at that time, I knew you guys were going to be moving to Georgetown. You were staying with us at the time. So I was just taking you fishing like every single day that I could. Wanted to try and get you a nice fish in before you guys left. And so I went and caught some cut bait and put out cast it out with the bluegill head, right? And the rod, I had it in a rod holder, it went down, I picked it up, I set the hook, I put a couple of reels on it, and I told Nate, I said, Nate, bring me my phone. You got him, right? Keep reeling, don't reel the slack. Don't let, if they're on there, just reel. Like this. Anyway, but, you'll get it, buddy. You get lots of chances. Just go ahead and reel it in. Make sure you got worm on there. Cast it back out. All this catching fish is interrupting storytelling. You need some worms. We got worms right here. These aren't the green worms, but this is the Dancing Red Worms Bill Dance. Walmart brand. There you go. You want to put that on there? Pretty sure? You figure it out? I like it. So anyway, I was just really proud of him. He caught that fish like a champ too. You know, that big catfish rod, it'd take its runs. You know, he'd put the rod down. He didn't try and reel it when it was making its runs. And when it was done running, you know, he'd reel down, pull up, reel down, pull up. I didn't record it at the time. I just ended up taking lots of pictures. But it was really cool. That fish jumped 3 or 4 times. It made a big run. And we got it up to the bank. And at the time, you know, since it was a big gar, I knew I wasn't going to keep it. So I figured we would just, I would just let him fight it as much as he could. Because, you know, at that age, how many chances do you get to actually catch a big fish like that? Good times. And then, it was either the next night or 2 nights later, his dad came in and caught one really similar size, same manner. It was pretty cool. Turtle.
There's one. Got it.
Hold your rod up. There we go. Put them over here in front of the camera. You need me to take them off? There we go. We got one. No wonder you've been having such a hard time catching them.
Yeah, that's so tiny.
More time.
Oh, that's
There we go. Let's find where the hook is.
That's the catfish bait right there.
Oh man. There we go. You want to toss it back? Hold it front. Here we go. Don't step on your rod tip. Good job. Got your skunk out of the boat. You need another worm?
Yep.
All right.
That one little one was eating.
They keep biting. I mean, I fish and we don't get bites some days. I've got lots of fish. When Linda was living with us the first time, we were babysitting Emily. And like I've said before, Emily was really bossy.
And a tattletale.
And a tattletale. That's not where I was going, but that was awesome. So anyway, Emily, you know, like little kids do, you know, she was getting into this habit of slapping. And Debbie wanted to stop her from slapping, and we were singing Dennis. You know, that Dennis. Where were we at?
Probably Shoney's.
Are you sure it wasn't Bob Evans?
Maybe it was Bob Evans. Yeah, Bob Evans.
You want to go ahead and tell the rest of it?
So I didn't want her slapping, so I told her, I'm like, you know what's worse than slapping? The face. I go like this, and I'm like, they'll go, the face. And so we've done that to her a few times, so instead of slapping, she's done the face to them, and we had to react like, oh.
And I would be like, oh no, not the face, anything but the face. And she just got a little smile. She's like, oh yeah, I got something now. I'm like, yeah, she would use the face. I think sometimes she still uses the face whether she needs to or not.
I know.
She's off using the face right now, I think. She has no interest in fishing. Our little
She does like Pokemon Go, though.
Our little Pokemon player. It's good for her though. We like Pokemon around here.
Yep. Yes, a shiny.
So, like I said, Emily was really bossy when she was little.
She's still bossy.
Yeah, never changed. I think that's why she bonded with her Aunt Debbie so much. Debbie's really bossy too.
Oh, Duck got one too.
Hey,
That's on the baby brother.
Not she outside. Catch, Brandon.
That's the same one, Jeff. Look at the same exact one.
He's hungry.
You know, it's possible.
There we go.
Yeah, because from there to there is a really long way for
I know, right? Yeah, I always got my trout stamp in Indiana. Go out and go do the salmon run.
Oh man,
That's good fishing.
that's good.
That's a good time to go fish.
Anytime's a good time to go fishing.
Well, especially in spring season.
So how did the Pokemoning go?
Did you catch anything good?
Hey, I'm like, are you in the shop?
Scoot up here by your mom and dad. Did you see the face?
I was teaching one of my buddies how to fish. He'd never been fishing before.
How is that even possible? That boy was not raised right at all, was he?
Well, he didn't have a dad that would go out taking fishing. And so I took him out. And so he came over to the house to come pick me up to go fishing.
And where were you living at the time?
In New York.
New York. Nice.
On Fort Drum. And
Thanks.
Brandon, let me tell just this part
Here you
real
go,
quick.
Nathan.
So Brandon had all of his fishing poles laid out on the driveway and getting all his fishing stuff together. And I said, you shouldn't lay all that stuff out on the driveway. And he said, no, it'll be okay. And I'll let Brandon finish the story.
So I was like, it'll be fine. It's not a big deal. I was like, he'll see it if I'm out here messing with it or whatever. And so I got all my fishing tackle, poles, everything all laid out. And so here he comes, pulls in the driveway and runs over all my fishing poles. He broke all of them except for one. So we still went out, we still went fishing.
Went to Walmart and picked up one more pole.
Went up to Walmart, picked up a new pole, and went out and went fishing for his first time. And he's like, man, I broke all your stuff. And I was like, yeah, but it's just stuff. I was like, we're gonna go out and go catch fish and it'll be okay.
I was so proud
Did you
of
catch
Brandon
fish?
for not being mad about it.
I taught somebody how to fish.
Did you
And
catch
then
fish?
I taught him how to fish.
Good enough.
They didn't have to learn how to catch fish. That came later.
Well, yeah,
They went fishing that day, not catching.
Yeah, we went fishing that day. We didn't go catching that day. But it made him come back because
They went out several times.
we went out several times, and it was cool to see somebody go from no experience to learning how to fish and going out on their own fishing.
At this point, my absolutely favorite thing to do is taking people out who have never caught fish before and turning them on to catching fish, or who hasn't fished that much. You know, like with Nathan catching that big gar, you know, you catching that big gar, that, you know, Nathan catching that big gar at 6 years old, I think is the highlight of my fishing career, and it'll take a really
long time.
it'll take a really special trip to outdo that.
Yeah.
I really think so. You know that. You need another worm?
Yep.
All right.
That one little one just ate.
They keep biting. I mean, I fish and we don't get bites some days. I've got lots of fishing videos where we don't catch. Like really big into hiking, right?
Yep.
You don't fish as much as you used to because you're spending your weekends like hiking with you and your dad and Nathan. Did you guys take a big hiking trip last year? The way I understand it.
In 2020, we hiked the Chateau Trace Trail in Kentucky. It's the longest trail, and it is how many miles, Nathan? How long is the trail?
350 miles.
350 miles.
Yeah.
And you just done that like
On the weekend, we go out for a weekend and do about 30 miles in a weekend.
man, how did your little legs handle that? Did your dad carry you most of the way?
No.
You can go and tell us the truth. Did dad carry you? Is that how he hurt his arm from carrying you the whole way? No. How much stuff did you guys bring with you?
Everything.
Well, you say everything, but I'm not into hiking. Like
I carried
Like-
15 pounds.
like 15 pounds.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, my idea of hiking is from the car to wherever I'm fishing if I'm big fishing. That's the hike for me. Do you guys get like a certificate or something when you finish it? Were you doing it through a group?
Yep, the Chateau Trace Trail Association gave us a certificate for completing the trail.
Nice.
And then Nathan became
Nathan's was a little special.
was a little bit
I was
different.
the youngest male to complete it.
Youngest male to complete the Shawatoi Trace Trail. Very nice. Not, you know, and this is what I've said ever since I've heard that. Is you don't, not everybody gets to be the youngest at something or the best at something, you know, not even once in their life. And I think it's just really cool that, and then not only that, but you got to experience that with your dad and with your grandpa. You know, I would have to think that it's just something you're going to always enjoy. Almost as good as catching that big gar fishing with me, right? Probably not. Probably the hiking with your dad, I imagine, was a little more memorable, even if it didn't have like an exciting one moment. Where did the trail end at?
In Rugby, Tennessee.
Rugby, Tennessee. So you walked from one end of Kentucky to the other.
Yep.
And that is awesome. So I do have a question for the sharks. I know Debbie already knows the answer to this. My wonderful wife. Caught you a few fish today. Have a good time. Nice and wind's not too bad. Sitting in the shade. So the big question is, when's the best time to go fishing?
Anytime.
I love it.